Konnichiwa, and welcome to Enneahouse's second video about fantasy creatures. This time, we'll be looking at creatures from Japan, China, and India that fit the Enneagram. We could probably end up with a dozen videos about each of these countries independently from one another. But this video is not meant to turn you into a cryptozoologist, but to teach you some of the general traits of each of the 9 Enneagram types. So, starting as always with number 1. Type 1. Garuda.
Similar to the Greco-Roman phoenix, the Persian simurgh, the Hebrew ziz, or the Middle Eastern roc, Garuda is one of the many beautiful massive birds known both for their power and regal grace. Unlike the phoenix, which as I mentioned in the previous lecture, was more known for a being of healing, here we can see Garuda in its rightful element as a defender of people, of justice, and of mercy. With a wingspan that can fill the sky, capturing the attention of all, the Garuda has a special role as the guardian of Dharma, literally the cosmic law that all creatures inherently follow. It takes its place in this legend very seriously and spends its eternity fighting the clever but unscrupulous Naga, snakes that seek to poison the order of the world and the circle of life.
Type 2. Maneki-Neko.
I remember many times in my nearly 2 years living in the Republic of Singapore being welcomed into an internet kadai or a kopitiam by the waving of these cute little kitties. I used to, like many Westerners, believe that the up and down movement of the cat's hand was saying, "Goodbye, go away." But instead I've come to learn that it means, "Come closer, let me be your friend." One of the important feline yokai of Japan, Maneki-Neko and its Chinese equivalent, is a helpful white cat that typically does good deeds and brings good fortune. It does have desires of its own and often will ask for money for doing good things, bringing more good fortune to those who pay it, but not cursing those who don't. It is friendly, inviting, and depicted in many a Chinese or Japanese home as encouraging others to come near and share its bounty.
Type 3. Oni.
I definitely don't want to offend any Type 3s or any students of Japanese culture by using a malevolent creature to represent Type 3. I feel that Oni get a bad rap, and that their true depiction is not as creatures that are either good or evil, but rather as creatures that are incredibly strong. So that's the image I'm trying to give here, regardless of what the truth may or may not have been in ancient Japanese culture. Though sometimes depicted, even in Western culture, as malevolent warmongers, the Oni of Japan have a complex history of using their immense strength and supernatural power to enforce the rules. They are very aware of their place in the hierarchical pecking order, and their masks are marked with horns to show their level of authority, as well as their level of power. Some believe that they were able to change their appearance at will to get close to others and get them to trust them. They were associated with wealth and prosperity, and in some mythologies were even said to protect people.
Type 4. Kamaitachi.
A weasel-like yokai of the piercing wind, Kamaitachi is depicted as sly, cunning, and twistedly cruel. As a Type 4, I don't find that particularly offensive. Kamaitachi is the basis of inspiration for the Pokemon Sneasel and Weavile, which are shown as being very fast, very strong, but not doing so well in physical confrontation. Kamaitachi is said to cut the soul with its claws and not the body, or else carry arrows of icy wind. Some may even say that they carry a deadly poison. Kamaitachi despise good luck and destroy symbols of good fortune. Their spiteful personality does not come from an evil nature, however, rather one that emphasizes opposition in all things, understanding pain to understand comfort, teaching people to be nice by being vindictive. It is said that which they tear down grows back again much stronger than before. They are not as strong as they want others to see them, and are deeply emotional.
Type 5. Luduan.
Also called a foo dog, Luduan is an auspicious creature. That means a creature that is said to bring good fortune sometime in the future. Oftentimes, libraries and universities will have statues of Luduan in front of them, depicted as a lion or a large dog. Luduan only appear in times of peace to bestow great knowledge to leaders who have already proven themselves enlightened. They are said to know all languages and travel impossible distances, but are almost never seen. Luduan has incredible wisdom and knowledge, but it bestows them only on those worthy of it. Despite appearing in only times of peace, Luduan is also possessed of incredible military knowledge and strategy. Some myths about them say that they can detect truth from lies.
Type 6. Vanara.
A blue monkey from the Indian subcontinent, Vanara are smart, clever, and devoted to both their kind, their kingdom, and that which is right. I feel this picture gives more of a Rafiki kind of feel, but I also don't feel that that's necessarily wrong for the image I'm trying to show. Among the earliest beings ever depicted in the world as a superhero is the legendary king of the Vanara, Hanuman, whose exploits were all done in the name of his best friend Rama. The Vanara are even used today as symbols of devotion and courage, not because they had no fear, but because they can overcome their fear out of loyalty. They are kind, but bluntly honest. One of the most famous scenes involving the Vanara is them forming themselves into a living bridge so that Rama could cross over on their backs. Loyal indeed.
Type 7. Kitsune.
Perhaps best known in the West in the forms of the two Pokemon known as Ninetales, or else Kurama, the angry nine-tailed fox spirit that lives inside Naruto in the anime and manga of the same name. The nine-tailed fox spirit of Japanese mythology is not said to be born with 9 tails. Instead, it grows them as it ages over the course of 1,000 years. So the idea that the AI only generated 3 tails for this fox isn't exactly incorrect. The nine-tailed fox spirit is known as much for its playfulness as for its intelligence. Kitsune knows much but shares little, preferring to speak in riddle and transforming to trick others. They are known to take over people's bodies through their weakest points in order to make them act impulsive. They prove themselves faithful and loyal, however, in some mythologies. However, others have also proven them to be vindictive tricksters. And everything in between. They gain great knowledge as they age, but are seldom known for their wisdom, and have been known to cause chaos and destruction.
Type 8. Kappa.
Kappa literally means river children, though I've almost never seen them depicted as children. They're usually shown as adults, and sometimes they're depicted like this as a lizard, though oftentimes they're also depicted as a turtle or else a duck, like the Pokemon Golduck. Kappas are not childish, but they do enjoy fun. Their behavior comes more from pride in their skills at wrestling and occasionally swordsmanship. Many myths have them fighting unsuspecting passers-by to show their mighty skill and claim signs of victory over their foes, but they also have roles as protectors of rivers and clean water sources. They are very independent and resist, in myths at least, any attempts to control them. They recognize their betters and will bow when defeated.
Type 9. Qilin.
Also known as Kirin, Qilin, and various other forms, Qilin is a creature some fear because of its elusive nature and unknown size and appearance, but its nature is mostly seen as benevolent and wise. It has been used in many video games as a healing spirit. Some referred to it as the Chinese unicorn or the Japanese unicorn, and when the Japanese discovered the gentle giraffe, they gave it the name of this creature, at least in their language. They are said to live a sorrowful life, and their appearance is typically doleful. They only interact with others to warn them of ill tidings. They visit the deathbeds of the wise and noble to bestow both comfort and wisdom. They will bear testimony to the benevolence of rulers before disappearing again. It is said that one seeking a Qilin must have a pure heart and innocent intentions, or it will not reveal itself.
And there it is. There are so many other monsters, spirits, and cryptids in our world's mythology, and all of them have something to teach us. If you want to hear more about the creatures and how they relate to the Enneagram, let us know in the comments. Please visit our website and take the test to learn your Enneatype. Next time, we'll start our 4-part plant series with trees of the Enneagram. Until then, improve yourself, improve relationships, improve the world.